Bum. It's your boy Big Vern. It's the bottom of the hour. Y'all rocking with the best. I know, that's why y'all here. Before we get into it, we're gonna hit you with a rap break. Y'all know how we do. Give me a beat. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. It's your boy Big Vern. Coming to you live from the Amp Stupid Studio. We pushing a new album this month. The Clips, Pusha T, and Malice. Let God sort them out. In stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorite on the track is Chains and Whips with Kendrick Lamar, POV with Tyler the Creator, So Be It, Inglorious Bastards with Ab Lever, So Far Ahead with Pharrell Williams, Let God Sort 'Em Out. Chandeliers with Nas is probably one of the wildest tracks. I mean, just from the way the transition and the beats pick up. And Nas is always going to bring the rhymes. I'm like, wow. The AR in the Saints mouth? Come on, bro. Again, we actively listen to hip-hop around here. And by the grace of God, that one's heavy too. Clips. Let God Sort 'Em Out. Pusha T and Malice. In stores now. Shout out to Pusha T. Shout out to Malice. Them brothers doing their thing. So, Deon Sanders was being Deon at the Big 12 Media Day. And he said something that went over a lot of people's heads and nobody picked up on it. Me, I love covering Media Days because Media Day is the official kickoff of college football. So yes, we only have 9 weeks left where nothing is going on. The kids will be back in school and give us our college football. Amen to that. However, Deon was walking and talking things and doing his stuff that Deon does. And he was sitting here talking to Texas Tech coach Joey McGuire. He's got no beef with Joey. He was just palling around. But he said that there should be a salary cap in college football. Now, if you all know anything about this situation, most of you may not know, but you was living under a rock. Texas Tech, they were screaming, crying, and complaining about the NIL rules and everything. However, they had a mega wealthy booster in their NIL collective purchase an entire offensive line for over $1 million. And the same guy who spent over $1 million to purchase an offensive line for the Texas Tech Raiders, he also was kind of joined at the hip with Nick Saban, trying to get the ear of President Trump to be some sort of football committee that never came to fruition, that just went nowhere. It was dead in the water because they tried to stop House v. NCAA July 1. So now that you got the backspin, we're going to fast forward to what Deon was talking about. And I see that he had a point. Because all this money in college football, there has to be a cutoff at some point. But Deon, he was subliminally talking and he was spitting all over the place. And I'll go ahead and drop those gems when we get back from a quick 20 from a rap album. It's your boy Big Vern. Give me a beat. It's your boy Big Vern, coming to you live from the App Stupid Studios. We got another rap album we pushing this month. Smoke DZA, On My Way to Berlin. In stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it's Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the LP is For FIF and Broadway. Ooh, my goodness, that song and Spaceships with Mike and Keys. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Then him and Dave East with Check. I'm a check. Oh wow, that whole setup, just everything, the schemes, the double entendres, them dudes is wild on the mic. Then Crimson, LV Constructs and Fourth Rope Heels. Woo. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 is my song. 10 out of 10 is my song. And an 11-11 with Dom Kennedy. Smoke DZA is playing no games. This LP On My Way to Berlin, trust me. Once you play, just let it play. Let it play. You're going to get there. It's your boy, Big Vern. Holla at us. Yeah, Smoke Dizza. Make sure you go ahead and cop that one. That's a good one. Like I said, On My Way to Berlin was pretty dope. So when we last left off on the other side of the content, we were talking about with Deon Sanders, what he was talking about at the Big 12 Media Day. And he was actually referring to Joey McGuire because it was a really high profile spending battle that these two got into in the portal. And Deon was saying that he got nothing against Joey McGuire. He loves it. He kept saying, Joey got some money. Joey got some money out here. And he knows who he was talking to. One thing I love about college football this year, and probably sometime I noticed it last year, is coaches' ability to talk past reporters and past the people and talk directly to the money class. And that's what Deon was doing in media, in the Big 12 Media Day. He was talking to the potential big donors and backers in Texas Tech. Because he was saying that when it's a problem, when it's him in the portal, it's a problem. But when other people go into the portal, it's pretty cool. Ain't no problem. And Deon's got a point. When Deon took over the job of Colorado, he raided the transfer portal. It was him and it was another coach. But Deon got all of the scrutiny. Jeff Brom from Louisville went ham in the portal. Jeff Brom has went ham in the portal. He has gotten the University of Louisville. He's got them playing at all-time highs. And nobody said a word about Jeff Brom. Not on the national scale, not on the local scale. I'm in here in the tri-state area. I can tell you, nobody said a damn word about him other than he's doing a hell of a job. And he bought Louisville football back. So when we go ahead and we get into, yeah, it's a problem when I step out and do things. However, none of these coaches are getting the same scrutiny as me. Deon has a point. He's got a point. He wasn't done talking, as always. Deon was just being him, and he was appreciating everything. He was calling out the hypocrisy in sports. And he started advocating for the salary cap, like we alluded to. And he says there has to be a salary cap on this stuff because this stuff is going crazy and nobody knows where it's going to land, where it's going to end. And you have so many different doors. It's like I would see a player that said he got an offer from another school. This is the gym. Don't miss this. He got an offer from another school, and I'm trying to figure out how. Also, you have guys who haven't investigated it and how it's possible when a kid gets an offer and he's not even in the portal yet. How is that? That is the gem nobody's picked up on. Because he's got a really good point in that one. How are you offering kids deals? How are you inking them into situations when they haven't even entered the portal? And Deon is hands-on. So he's talked to some kids and got this out of firsthand knowledge. And when he said this, again, his ability to talk past reporters, his ability to talk past people in the media and just talk directly to the money class, he's saying, I know you. I know who you are. Remember, Nick Saban tried to come out and say Deon was paying players, and Deon shot back at Nick Saban before he fled Alabama with his tail tucked between his legs. Deon fired back and said, oh, y'all pay him too. I know what you do. You notice how Nick Saban never said anything else again? You notice how Nick Saban never said anything again. And there has to be some sort of guardrails where you can't sign a kid who's never entered the portal to begin with. Because it's supposed to go through the proper channels. If a kid is saying he's leaving, he has to alert the school. The school has to put him into the portal. Then he's got to clear some things with Dolite. That's the third party that negotiates the NIL deals over $600. That's the process in which these things take place. What Deon is saying is that nobody is investigating how these kids are getting inked to deals when they're not in the portal to begin with, and the Dolite people haven't even negotiated the NIL. So it's got to be the money class circumventing the rules to get the things in place they want. And the friendly banter back and forth with Texas Tech was just a subliminal. Yeah, I like Mr. McGuire. Coach McGuire is a good guy. I've seen him win at every level. But you all aren't investigating how people are getting offers who are not even in the portal. Y'all worried about me going into the portal getting athletes. I'm telling you, people are already inking guys to deals who are currently playing on teams that haven't even left the school yet. Again, this is why you have to have a fair and balanced sports media. Nobody's going to cover this. Nobody's going to tell you the things that I'm telling you because we do our research. We put things together. And when we do this, this is why bigger channels watch us and they steal our stuff and they try to come out sounding like the strongest person in the room or the smartest person online. But that's just a bunch of dumb shit that just don't get me started. However, does Deon have a point? He does have a point. He does have a point. Now, first of all, bravo to Deon because he's right. And number two, they don't want to investigate it because some of the blue blood programs that they worship will fall guilty to this practice. And they know it. That's why they don't want to go ahead and investigate any of this because they know it, and you would have more programs that are on restrictions and have penalties, and that is bad for business. Again, Deon, I know this. I'm true to this. I'm true to this. I ain't new to this. I don't understand why nobody picked up on that. Why this isn't a topic of conversation. It's always the people with simplistic thoughts trying to get you to focus on, oh, we shouldn't be paying the kids. We should. No. You need to pay these kids. First and foremost, these kids are bringing millions and sometimes billion-dollar deals into these universities. So yeah, you need to pay them. However, you can't go ahead and pay a kid from USC. You got him, he's playing actively on Saturday. You're going to give him $4 million when USC's giving him $2 million, and then he's mysteriously going to want to get into the portal, and then, I'm going to this school. We've already signed deals and inked it and traded the money. That's what's illegal. So that's my soapbox. But shout out to Coach Prime for calling it out. If you have a different take on this, y'all know the drill. Again, if you are listening to this pod, get in the comments. Let us know that we get it right. What did we leave out? This is Big Vern. We talk back. We'll be back. Top of the hour. This is your boy Big